Imagine you're on a ship, miles from shore, surrounded by the endless blue ocean. Suddenly, you spot something in the water. It's huge, serpentine, and moving with an unnatural speed. No, it's not a sea serpent from ancient myths. It's a real-life giant python, and it's heading straight for your vessel. This isn't a scene from a movie. This is a true story that unfolded in the vast, unpredictable expanse of the ocean. How did a creature of the land end up so far out at sea, and what happened when it came face to face with a modern ship? Get ready, because this is one of the most bizarre and chilling maritime encounters ever recorded. So, how does a python, a snake that primarily lives in jungles and grasslands, find itself in the middle of the ocean? Pythons are actually surprisingly good swimmers, often using rivers and waterways to travel. However, they typically stick to freshwater or coastal areas. The most likely explanation for a python being so far out is that it was swept away by a major flood or a powerful storm, like a tsunami or a hurricane. These powerful natural events can carry debris, animals, and all sorts of things from the land far out into the open sea. This unfortunate snake was likely just a victim of circumstance, clinging to a piece of driftwood or simply trying to stay afloat in a world it was unbuilt for. As the crew watched, this massive serpent, estimated to be over 20 feet long, approached their ship. You have to picture the scene, the sheer size of the snake against the vastness of the ocean. It was a surreal and intimidating sight. The python, likely exhausted, disoriented, and desperate, saw the ship not as a threat, but as a potential refuger floating island in a world of water. It began to coil and lunge, attempting to find a grip on the smooth steel hull. The crew, a mix of awe and alarm, watched as this powerful creature tried to climb aboard. It was a primal struggle for survival, a clash between the raw power of nature and the unyielding structure of human engineering. The ship's crew faced a dilemma. What do you do? This was an animal in distress, but it was also a potentially dangerous predator. They couldn't just let a giant python onto the deck. Using high-pressure water hoses, they gently but firmly pushed the snake away from the ship, trying to prevent it from harming itself or getting tangled in the ship's machinery. They weren't trying to hurt it, but rather to guide it away from danger. After several attempts, the python, realizing it couldn't board the vessel, eventually gave up. The crew watched as it swam away, a solitary figure disappearing back into the immense blue. This incredible event is a powerful reminder of the raw, unpredictable force of nature. It shows how easily the boundaries between different ecosystems can be blurred by extreme weather, and how animals can be thrown into situations far beyond their normal habitats. The crew's response, a mix of caution and compassion, highlights the complex relationship between humans and wildlife. They respected the creature's power while ensuring the safety of everyone on board. It's a story that leaves you wondering what other incredible unseen dramas play out every day in the heart of our planet's oceans. Thank you so much for watching this incredible story unfold with us. If you found this as fascinating as we did, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing tales from the wild. We love bringing these stories to you, and your support makes it all possible. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay curious, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video. Imagine you're miles from shore, just open ocean in every direction. The sun is beating down, the waves are gentle, and everything seems perfect. Now imagine a colossal shadow beneath the waves, not a shark, not a whale, but something far more primal, something that shouldn't be there. This isn't a scene from a movie. This is the terrifying true story of a crew that found themselves face to face with a monstrous python in the middle of the ocean. It all started on a calm Tuesday afternoon. The crew of the Sea Serpent, a small cargo vessel, were going about their daily routines. They were transporting goods through the tropical waters of Southeast Asia, a route they'd sailed 100 times before. But this time was different. A strange thudding sound echoed from the hull, a rhythmic heavy bump that seemed to shake the entire ship. The captain, a seasoned sailor named Ben, initially dismissed it as debris. But the thudding grew louder, more insistent. Curiosity turning to concern, a few crew members peered over the side. What they saw sent a chill down their spines. Coiled around the ship's rudder was a snake of unbelievable size. Its scales shimmered, a mosaic of green and yellow, and its head, as large as a man's torso, was methodically striking the hull. It was a reticulated python, one of the world's largest snakes, but what was it doing out here in the vast empty ocean? They're known for being land dwellers, excellent swimmers, yes, but not deep-sea adventurers. Panic began to set in. The python's relentless strikes were not just noise, they were a direct attack. The rudder was jammed, leaving the Sea Serpent completely stranded, adrift at the mercy of the currents and their unwelcome guest. The engine was useless without steering. They were trapped. As the sun began to set, casting long, eerie shadows across the water, the situation grew even more dire. The python, seemingly tireless, continued its assault. The crew tried everything. They blasted the ship's horn, hoping the loud noise would scare it away. The python didn't even flinch. They sprayed it with high-pressure water hoses, but the snake seemed to enjoy the shower, its massive body glistening under the artificial rain. Every attempt to dislodge it failed. It was as if the ship had disturbed its territory, and it was now locked in a battle of wills. The crew, trapped in their steel box, could only watch in horror as this ancient creature tried to claim their vessel. Night fell, and the true terror began. The rhythmic thudding was a constant, unnerving heartbeat in the dark. Every creak of the ship, every splash of a wave, sent fresh waves of fear through the exhausted crew. Was it trying to get on board? Its sheer size was staggering. If it managed to heave itself onto the deck, they would stand no chance. They were sailors, not snake charmers, completely out of their element and facing a threat they couldn't comprehend. Hours turned into a full day, then another. Supplies were dwindling, and their radio calls for help went unanswered. They were too far out. The python, however, showed no signs of giving up. It was a terrifying stalemate. The crew realized a horrifying possibility. Perhaps the snake wasn't just attacking the ship. Perhaps it saw the vessel as a potential island, a refuge in the open water, and was trying to find a way to climb aboard. The thought of this giant predator slithering through the narrow corridors of their ship was a waking nightmare. Just when all hope seemed lost, on the morning of the third day, the thudding stopped. A tense silence fell over the ship. Peering cautiously over the railing, they saw the python, its massive form uncoiling from the rudder. It lingered for a moment, its head raised, as if giving them one last, long look. Then, as silently as it appeared, it slipped beneath the waves and vanished into the deep blue. The crew never knew why it attacked or why it left. Maybe it finally got tired, or maybe it was just a bizarre, unexplained act of nature. Free from its grasp, the crew quickly repaired the rudder and set a course for the nearest port, their terrifying ordeal finally over. They returned not just with their cargo, but with a story that sounds like a legend of the sea, a chilling reminder that even in our modern world, the ocean still holds ancient powerful mysteries that we may never fully understand. What do you think happened? Was this a freak encounter, or is there something more to this incredible story? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And if you love tales of survival and the unexplained, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.